Hi, this is Matt on the CoinGraph Market channel. We have some things to talk about in this new Moon Lambo hot jam. What do you think of this headline from today? XRP reserves go through the roof. A big exchange adds 44.9 million more XRP. People, why do you think that person might talk about it? This lead from the Daily Huddle is another one. Dan Tapiero, a venture capitalist, says that crypto is still in the early stages of a bull market and that Bitcoin is not likely to have a big correction. I'm going to start by giving you a quick update from a couple of XRP chart analysts. After that, we'll get to those stories. But before I go any further, I want to make it clear that I have no financial background at all. It's not my job to give you financial advice, so don't buy or sell anything based on what I say, right? You could say I'm an enthusiast who likes making YouTube videos about crypto as a hobby and for fun. Here's a post from chart analyst Cryptos from 11:03 a.m. this morning, right when Bitcoin started to really go crazy. He wrote to XRP, nice bounce and trying to break out from the inverse head and shoulders, which is a very bullish sign. Should we see that go on from there? And he gave me an update just now at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, which is my time zone. Also, he said that XRP was moving slowly as usual with daily inverse head and shoulders. 578 cents is the first goal. At this point, he is still hopeful that things will get better. Also, the fact that Bitcoin has been doing well today doesn't hurt. The market moves at the same speed. Having said that, that's not the only reason we should be optimistic about the price of XRP. This is what chart analyst D. Greg Crypto has to say today. This is what I shared this morning at 3:33 a.m. Central Time. What a crazy day it was today, and we saw all of it before. Today was a lot of fun in crypto, and we should always be thankful for these days because they don't come around very often. In the crypto world, most of the time, investors just sit back and watch the price go up or down a little. Enjoy these days, though. Feeling excited about something is fine. Have fun with it. Trust me, on the bad days, you really feel the pain, don't you? Okay, I'll tell you what to do when you see a move to the upside. Just enjoy it. I think most of you already know this, but I wanted to let you know anyway. Anyway, this is a chart of the XRP price. Then you, Greg Crypto, said this, and this was before we had the benefit of looking back. We already know what happened the rest of the day, right? But he said there would be no charts. Honestly, they look pretty damn good right now. He wrote XRP weekly chart, super bullish setup. Because of this. The XRP weekly time frame has very clear historical data. There is consolidation below the 100 WMA, which usually acts as resistance until there is a breakout. This analysis is based on two important pieces of data. For starters, at the moment, the 100 WMA is a strong support level. From a macro point of view, the chart below shows that there is strong bullish momentum. Two, the next bull run is likely to start from levels above the 100 WMA, which suggests a better situation for XRP than in previous cycles. I'm not going to show you a bunch of XRP charts because that's not the point of this video, but I did want to mention it because a lot of analysts seem to agree that that resistance level, or whatever it was, of around 54 cents, the hold up has been steady. That's why it will at some point. That's fine, even if it's just consolidating and making the base stronger. It will take off at some point, but you can't be sure when. In this case, though, I've been in XRP for 6 years. So, you know, as is the case with crypto in general and holdings of XRP in particular, most of that goes through downward or sideways price action. That's pretty much how it stays until you wake up and find it's not. There have been times like that for me over the years. Again, it's just that they're not common, but most people seem to think that the first surge for XRP will be big, even if it doesn't set a new all-time high. And that's how almost every analyst I follow who writes about XRP feels in general. Take it for what it's worth. We'll see what takes place. But that's not what I see chart analysts do all the time. That's not a surprise given where we are now. It's an exciting time. The markets have been going up. The stock market has been going up. In general, crypto has been going up. Things are looking better than they ever have for XRP in terms of where it stands. Okay, then this is from the Daily Huddle as well. According to venture capitalist Dan Tapiero, crypto is still in the early stages of a bull market, so there probably won't be a big drop in Bitcoin. Dan Tapiero is a macro investor and fund manager. He says that digital assets are just starting their bull run, which means that Bitcoin is going through a deep correction. Not likely at all. Tapiero, CEO of investment firm 10T Holdings, tells host Anthony Scaramucci, founder of Skybridge Capital, in a new video update on the Wealthy YouTube channel that he doesn't think the crypto king dip will go below $20,000 again. I'd like to take a moment to say that one reason I like these kinds of stories in crypto media is that I'm always interested in hearing from people who run different kinds of crypto funds. You could say that they have a good sense of what's going on in the investment world. They're really into that. Like they say, they're really in the trenches, which is why they have the connections they do. And if you think about it, he makes his point in this article. However, if you look at how people feel about his fund and how they react to it and other funds in the crypto asset class, if you look at that and compare it to a few years ago, there is no comparison. So the important thing to remember is that that's pretty much still the case today. Okay, so technically this happened the other day. This was before today's biggest rise. Fine, you get the point though, right? This is pretty new. And so peace stays the same. He does say, though, that the top crypto asset by market cap might go down for a short time. We now have the benefit of hindsight that he didn't have, and we saw that, Bitcoin had something like a $6,000 daily candle. But this doesn't mean that Bitcoin will always go up in a straight line. But that doesn't mean there won't be a drop back down. So we'll see how high it goes. Who knows, by the time we watch this, it might have been pushed back even more. It doesn't change, that's all. It doesn't mean that his point of view is wrong or less valuable. Things are just beginning here. Put an end to the quote.
Yeah.
That being said, I will point out that when there are long periods of extreme greed, which we haven't really had, there have been days when extreme greed didn't really line up with each other. But when too many people agree that, hey, this is great, there is always a correction. This has happened exactly once in the history of the class. We've seen that happen a lot during bull runs. But it's still the beginning of a bull run. Yes, everything ends in the end. Finally, there's the one that brings it back down. After that, there are years of bear markets. But there have been many times in the past when Bitcoin prices dropped by 20, 30, or even 35% during a bull market. There are many examples from the past that support that. There are a lot of people who agree that this is awesome right now. Just because that happened doesn't mean we're at the end of the cycle. Okay, then, that's what I want to say. Then you said the next thing. Okay, let's do this. The markets are discounting at an odd rate. Markets are ways of discounting. And I think that in 2022, all the bad news you could have imagined came true. I also think it was pretty clear that you had a low in Q4 2022. Okay, I'll take a moment to note that. Yes, I agree. You can watch my videos from around that time. You can have an FTX crash. You can read what I wrote on X, which was called Twitter back then. I thought, well, okay, I'm not sure if this is the exact bottom, but it's an event of giving up. I'll buy even more if the price drops. I'm going to buy it here, though. Of course I was doing that because that's what makes sense when people are really scared. That's the time. And now it's been more than a year. I'm glad I did what I did. I'm glad I was able to gather. In any case, this quote goes on. Do I think there's another FTX out there? No, I'm seeing a lot of really interesting stuff from businesses, and people who were having trouble in the past are no longer having them. We didn't see that 3 or 2 years ago, end quote. With that in mind, I always value the advice of those who are that knowledgeable. Yeah, businesses are having a tough time right now, which isn't a big surprise, but it's good to hear. Okay, then, XRP reserves go through the roof today after a major exchange adds 4.9 million more XRP. Folks, why might this be taking place? Okay, the well-known global cryptocurrency exchange has released shocking information about its reserves